Well, last night Amazon came through and they delivered. We got a new fuel petcock. I put it all together without being here. So new fuel petcock's in, put the whole front back on. So this is pretty much all back together now. All that's left is the seat. We had a little visitor wander into our shop. We're gonna see if we can help him get out of the garage. Mrs. Van Zrek's gonna help. See if you can kind of shoo him towards the garage door.
Yeah. Come on. You're going the wrong way.
What if we open up that top window?
Oh, that's a good idea.
There's no screens on these windows, right?
Right. Come on. Let's go up.
There we go.
We did it.
Yeah.
That was and I'm hurt. So I'm Jamie. I'm Mrs. Van Zrek. So anytime there's a hard job, a small space, or it's
Something
just very
requires
technical or requires patience, it becomes a Jamie job. So I am here to work on putting this cover back on the thing. At least this time I didn't have to make it from scratch. It was already sewn together, I just got to staple it. So I've got my pneumatic stapler, and we just fixed up the hose because it was leaking and now it's not. So now I get to do this.
So you kind of have to slide it in there.
And then get it in here.
And line up in the back, and
It's on.
there we go. Thank you, Mrs. Van Zrek. I
No
appreciate your
problem.
help. So while she was doing that, I threw this thing on the back, and I think we're ready to take it down and try and ride it. Moment of truth. You definitely feel the power band in there. I need to go get it somewhere that's not on our street, probably up in the hills above, and let that power band kick in. The throttle cable came undone. It's hard to go if you don't have a throttle cable, so. I wasn't watching. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking back to that last video where I wallowed out the hole to get the throttle cable to fit, and that's why it's coming undone. Joke's on you. I put the stock throttle slide back in there because my wallowing out didn't work at all, so I don't know why the throttle, this isn't the first time this has happened. It happened like yesterday or the day before and I just put it all back together. I probably ought to figure out why the throttle cable keeps coming out because it still runs fine. It just, you gotta have the throttle cable connected to the throttle slide for the throttle to do anything. Otherwise it sits there. I got no idea if it's fixed. I mean, it's back together and we've got throttle. So we're gonna try for another ride. We put it together a different way this time. We'll see if that holds it together. All right, redemption video time. You ready? All right, this isn't the same Scrambler. That other one went very poorly, and I found this one real cheap, and I did this one not on video. It's all together. I wrote it this morning. It's good to go. But we come back in here to our never-ending 400 big bore. I walked out about a week ago and it was pouring gas underneath. If you look here, our repair did not hold. So today's the day. Today's the day we're gonna finish it off. I got on eBay and I finally bit the bullet. I just bought a replacement tank that's not cracked. So this one should be good and won't leak. And then we're going to pull off the aftermarket carburetor and put the factory carb back on there with the new emulsion tube. And so hopefully today's the day that it runs. So this is why we replaced the carburetor to begin with, because I broke that emulsion tube right here. I was thinking that this was clogged up here and I was trying to hammer it out and I had it out the wrong way. But we'll just steal the emulsion tube. I think that's what it's called. I don't know, I'm probably wrong. The other carburetor, put it back in the factory carb, and we should hopefully be good to go.
Okay, so when he was trying to take it out, it broke somehow. I'm not entirely sure how. Something about shearing, shearing this off, and it should be attached to there. He did not want to appear on camera, so I'm doing the update.
I'm angry, Elf. Well, we got it running. I mean, it does run. But it doesn't run right. And I'm kind of done with it. I'm kind of done with this and the red one, so I don't want to keep working on them anymore. And that's the nice part about this, is that I don't have to. This is just something that I'm doing for fun and it's not worth getting angry over. So rather than keep putting time and money into trying to get these things to run right, it's past my limited skill level. I don't want to do it anymore because it's not worth being angry. So we're just gonna throw them back together. I'm gonna put this and the red Scrambler together in a package and hopefully try and break even on the money that I've put into them. I mean, I'm only $4 grand. I can't be much more than $1,200 or $1,300 in the two of them. So I would be hard pressed not to at least get my money back out of them. Maybe I'll lose a little if I lose a couple $100. That's okay. It sucks though. And that's the way it goes sometimes, you know. Sometimes you're able to get your way through everything. That KTM over there, I've had it on this table 3 or 4 or 5 times working on it, and I haven't been able to get it done. And so there's probably some moral or some story in there about knowing when to cut your losses. One of my favorite things is the sunk cost fallacy.
Mm-hmm. It's been my favorite fallacy for so long, I just have to stick to it.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. You know, the idea I've invested so much time, energy, and money into it, I should just keep going because it's almost there, but I don't want to be angry. Like that's the whole point behind Van's Rec, is it's supposed to be something fun. I like going in the garage, I like tinkering, like working on stuff, and if I just keep going on stuff and getting frustrated, it sucks the joy out of it for me. And you know, they can't all be winners. So maybe this is one of those ones that's not a winner, and I'm okay with that. I'll throw it back together. I'll list them as a project, and hopefully somebody with some more skill than I have will be able to put them back together and get them out riding again.